Now, I wasn't going to do a video on this idiot sheriff out in Mecklenburg County, but apparently this motherfucker, because he couldn't answer any kind of questions, very simple questions, mind you, he declares it to be a public lynching. Now, the sheriff of Mecklenburg County, his name is Gary McFadden, and the importance of Mecklenburg County is this is apparently where the on the light rail system, the late Irina Jaruska was murdered on this train, and we all saw the video on that. There's no need to go back and play that there. He was being asked some simple questions by this representative right here, and let's just say he didn't do too hot. Let's go ahead and play this video right now.
What branch of government do you operate under?
Mecklenburg County.
What branch of government do you operate under, Sheriff?
Constitution of the United States.
Correct. That is what establishes the branches of government. I'm asking which branch you fall under.
Mecklenburg County. I'm a duly sworn Mecklenburg County Sheriff. We answer to the people of Mecklenburg County.
This was not where I was anticipating getting stuck. Are you aware of how many branches of government there are?
No.
Okay. For the sake of debate, I will move on and say there are 3 branches of government: legislative, executive, judicial. Of those 3, which do you believe you fall under?
I believe I fall under the last one.
Would you say it to me?
Judicial.
Okay. You are incorrect, sir. You fall under the executive. And as a member of the executive, what do you believe your primary function is?
Care and custody of those in my custody at the Mecklenburg County Detention Center.
Okay. That is part of what your responsibilities as sheriff are, sure. But as a member of the executive, your primary function is to execute upon the law, to enforce the law.
Now, you seen that, you heard that. This idiot sheriff couldn't answer any of the questions. And this is why I sit here and say, you know something? We should have voting tests. Tests for you to vote, tests for you to run for public office. This idiot sheriff doesn't know anything about the country with which he lives in. And he admitted by his own admission, he didn't know it. That's because they don't get taught this stuff in grade school anymore. But the sheriff here, he looks to be in his late 50s, early 60s. When he was in school, they should have been teaching this stuff. Well, this representative here was not asking him any kind of trick questions or anything like that. But because this damn fool could not answer any of those questions, he considers it to now be a public lynching. You heard that right. He considers this to be a public lynching. Listen to this right here.
This is what I'm going to say. It was the public lynching of a black sheriff. I hate to say that. I had people call me that said it was a public lynching. Look at it from the perspective of the entire 2 hours of being bombarded with questions, belittled many times, talked to unprofessionally, and I still stood my ground. But you can clearly see this is a witch hunt for one thing or 2 things, and then we're going to magnify it as we did those 30 seconds. 30 seconds of a 2-hour interview in America is talking about this. I had another sheriff from Denver, Colorado to call me today and said, we have to understand this is a target on certain American sheriffs. Let's make no doubt about it. But to say you surely made history in referring to black history because I'm the only sheriff that has ever come before the Oversight Committee.
This is a goddamn fool. This is a goddamn fool. Now he is completely maligning the use of the word bombarded. He was not bombarded by any questions whatsoever. The representative was very respectful of this dumbass fool. Hey, what branch of government do you serve under? He was the one that gave a stupid ass answer. Mecklenburg County. First of all, that answer doesn't even match the question. He asked you what branch of government, not what county. So why would you answer with the county? And then he asked you again. And you said the Constitution of the United States. And now because you look like a goddamn fool, you need to come out here and say, oh, this was a public lynching. You stupid ass idiot. These bougie blacks, these pro blacks that don't know shit other than I need to scream about race whenever I get in trouble and hope that makes the shit go away. That's not going to make the shit go away. That's going to make the shit even worse. And you wonder why people got black fatigue. They get sick and tired of sorry assholes like you making excuses when you get busted for saying something stupid or doing something stupid. He even tried to help you out. Hey, there are 3 branches of government: legislative, executive, judicial. Which one do you serve under? And your dumb black ass said judicial. When have you ever known that you were adjudicating laws? This is the problem. And he's being brought up like this because he's anti-ICE. He's basically making up decisions about which laws he's going to choose to enforce and not enforce. He's adjudicating the laws. Well, that's not his position. His position is whatever laws are on the books, whether they are state, county, local, city, or federal, you are supposed to enforce them. You don't have a choice whether or not you want to enforce a law. This is why we need to get back to a situation where if public officials do not enforce the laws that are as written, they need to be arrested and just thrown in jail. They need to be stripped of their title and of their office. But here's the thing. The reason why it's not happening is because the white man is afraid to go in here and enforce the laws that he has written. So he's letting these sorry colored people like this sheriff and these sorry ass women sit there and run roughshod over him because he's afraid to be called either a racist or a misogynist. At some point, the white man's going to have to get a backbone and say, no, these are the laws that are on the books. And until you guys properly get people in place that are willing to repeal these laws and pass new ones, you are to enforce what is on the books. I'm getting tired of the lawlessness of the Democrat Party. They are entirely lawless. And we're making excuses for their lawlessness because they're Democrats. They're good people. This has got to stop. This country is being torn apart by uneducated idiots, anti-American idiots like this sorry-ass sheriff, Gary McFadden. You guys take it easy and have a good one.